And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's ENJIN BTC as well as ENJ USDT analysis video. Now, we're first going to start off with the Mango dashboard because I want to see what ENJIN is doing on the dashboard. Okay, now ENJ BTC did give us a long signal on the dashboard a month ago. Okay, and since then you are up 16%. Okay, and ENJ USDT also flipped long a month ago, and since then you are up 20%. So, so far it's looking decent, right? I mean, for some of the altcoins where we actually received a long signal a month ago, now I believe ZIL was one of them. ZIL as well as T-Fuel and also Theta. Okay, if you caught any of those monthly signals, I mean, look at the gains that you got on it. Okay, those gains are pretty significant. I do believe ZIL has more way to go. ENJ, however, has been trending and has been on many on the radar of many traders out there. However, guys, one thing to note here, if you are someone who is actively trading altcoins right now, is that we closed a weekly candle today, right? And Bitcoin is looking very good. Okay, I feel like it's coiling towards a big volatile move. Personally, I think that it's going to be a move to the upside. Okay, now Sean and I did dissect the Bitcoin chart today. I will include that analysis above as well as at the end of the video, so you guys can go and check that out. But now let's move on to the chart and see what ENJ is doing, and look at that, right? I mean, it's been trending up. It's looking good so far. And we're first going to start off with, putting in those high-level horizontals. Okay, I'm going to start off with everything closer to, immediate price action. I believe we have one around here. Okay, now I'm pretty much looking at past price action to really come up with these lines of, support and resistance. Although I do believe that some are sort of playing out in ranges as opposed to, solid lines of support and resistance. I do believe that this is a range right here. I can actually move this region up. Okay, there we go. I think that is a good sort of region of support, and you can see that price is currently hovering right over that region, right? If I just kind of zoom into price, allow me to do that. If you just zoom into price, you'll notice how we went all the way up to that point of resistance here at 2,620, right? Came back down, and now we're settling over this point of support at 1,964. I do believe that if we start losing this point here on the weekly time frame, chances are we're coming all the way down to 1,717. And let me tell you something about the ENJIN chart, guys. Okay, this is ENJ BTC. The thing about ENJIN is that it is extremely volatile. Okay, now while this may look small on my screen, let me tell you something. This is a good 11% to the downside. Okay, nothing to be scoffed at. This is a very volatile chart right now. So now let's also go ahead and switch on that Ichimoku cloud and see what we're doing relative to the cloud. I also, instead of the 21 EMA, I want to switch on the, I believe it was the 30. Allow me to switch on the 30 EMA. There's one EMA that ENJIN plays very well off of, and I do believe that it's a 30 EMA. Okay, now we are currently hovering over that, so that's a good sign. How about the 10 SMA and also the 10 SMA? So we had a bullish crossover back in the week of 27th of Jan, and we've sort of maintained that ever since. And also notice how price is currently being held down by that weekly Kijun. I do believe that taking out the weekly Kijun and having a good weekly candle body close over the Kijun will have a more bullish look for ENJIN. Okay, at which point I will be looking for further continuation to the upside, possibly at least getting all the way up to anywhere between 2,260 sats going all the way up to 2,616 sats. Okay, now these are all going to be like super volatile moves, but as soon as we start clearing 2,616, I do believe that the next region is only going to be here at around 3,550. Okay, from this point of resistance all the way to that next 3,550, it's going to be a good 35% move to the upside. Okay, so watch out for that, but I do believe that the impetus of us actually getting that bullish move to the upside is going to be a weekly candle close over the Kijun. Now remember, this is ENJ BTC, so be careful. Right now we are up against resistance, almost being sandwiched between that Kijun resistance coming all the way down to this point of support at around 1,965. Okay, now let's get on to the daily time frame to see if there is any picture being painted for us on here. Does this have a little more oomph? right? I'm also going to switch on that volume. I'm seeing something here, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, I'm seeing a potential falling wedge of sorts. I do believe that falling wedges actually play out really, really well on ENJ, by the way. Okay, this is not the most, it's not neat, but I'm going to keep that there for now. Perhaps we could see it well on the 4-hour time frame, so we'll go ahead and dissect it there. But what are we doing relative to our cloud levels and that 30 EMA? Okay, so the cloud is green. Okay, we have a bullish TK cross, great. And currently price is over that 30 EMA, so that is a good look as well for ENJBTC. But notice how, guys, we are being sandwiched between the 10 SMA and that 30 EMA. Okay, if we can start taking back that 10 SMA and perhaps even start taking back that Tenkin, I will be anticipating a further sort of push to the upside. And I want to see how price is done relative to the Tenkin here. I'm noticing on certain altcoins, as soon as price takes out that daily Tenkin or even the 4-hour Tenkin, we're seeing like an immediate sort of push to the upside. So I want to know if, you know, ENJIN is one of those coins that could very well, you know, give us that signal on the Tenkin. I mean, it's been relatively good on the Tenkin. I mean, we took it back here and we had an immediate pump, but we also took it back here, you know, met with resistance and had an immediate dump. So it's all right. Okay, it's all right. Price relative off of the Tenkin is all right. But I do believe that the determining factor over here is going to be that 30 EMA. Okay, so watch out for that. And right now it's a sandwich. If we manage to take back the Tenkin as well as the 10 SMA, I'm saying that this is breaking up. Okay, so far looking good, trending well. Okay, we have a bullish structure. If price takes out, what is this? This is the daily time frame. So if price takes out this wick right here at around 1,818, I do believe that this is going to have a further push to the downside. But you will get a, you're likely going to get a sign before we get here, and that sign is going to be closing daily candles underneath the Kijun. Okay, watch out for that. If we start closing consecutive daily candles underneath the Kijun, chances are we're coming down further and we're likely to break that daily uptrend. Okay, so careful of that, and let's actually get on to the 4-hour time frame, see what price is doing there, see if we can get that. And what do you know? So I do believe that this is a little more clear on the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. Apologies. Okay, so we have something right there. Am I drawing this correctly? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to put this there, and I'm also going to switch on my volume to see if we have anything here. And no, I don't think so. I don't think we have anything, but perhaps if we, instead of taking it from these wicks and candle bodies here, what if I take it from here? Okay, and bring this down here. Also this, because we'll still have the right one. Remember what we're looking for. We're looking for a descending volume profile, right? So we'll still have that here. Oftentimes you'll notice that patterns, people are usually taking these massive candle bodies and, you know, wicks and trying to include it, trying to forcefully include it into a pattern, and it's usually not that, right? But if you kind of draw it like this, and if we get another touch to the downside and possibly another touch on the upside, then we may likely have something. But right now this is all up in the air. Okay, this is not kind of completed yet, even if it has to morph into a falling wedge of sorts. I don't think it's there yet. Remember, a pattern only becomes a pattern after the break. Okay, before then it's just price action oscillating in a range. Okay, it's like a trend in the forming. Right now there's nothing here, so I don't want to force this, but let's go ahead and put on that Ichimoku cloud and see if we have anything here. And it's a bearish look. Okay, it's a bearish look. Yeah, it's a bearish look. So we have price underneath the cloud, underneath the Kijun, Tenkin. This is a bullish TK cross here. We have the 30 over the 10 SMA, which is a bearish crossover. And notice how we are currently getting held by the 10 SMA, okay, where we're sort of being guided by that, and that is proving to be resistance for now. Okay, now of course this could have a move to the upside, but in order for us to see levels being taken out for this picture to flip, I will start looking for the Kijun to be taken out here. If the Kijun can start, if the price can start closing over that 4-hour Kijun. We're looking for consecutive candle body closes over the 4-hour Kijun. I do believe that this picture can flip, but right now, guys, this is a bearish picture. I mean, like I said, we could very well have that falling wedge, but that is not a bullish pattern until we break. You're looking on that break. To find a break, okay, to the upside, I will be looking for price to take out the Tenkin right here. Okay, taking out that Tenkin, closing candles over that Tenkin would be the impetus of price breaking the likely falling wedge to the upside. Okay, if you are someone who is actively playing that falling wedge on ENJBTC. I currently am not, I don't think it's there yet. But I mean, it could very well come to fruition, and the Tenkin is what I will be looking at if I was someone playing the pattern. Okay, but yeah, I mean, this is all right for now, guys. It's kind of hazy on ENJBTC. How about ENJUSDT? Is there anything on ENJUSDT? Let's start off with the weekly time frame. Stick to our guides, and the first thing I notice here, guys, is that ENJ is currently at price discovery. Okay, ENJ has reached price discovery. That is insane. Okay, and this is looking good, guys. Okay, on the USDT chart, it's looking extremely good. But right now, as things stand, I mean, we managed to take this weekly resistance out at around 18 cents. But we closed over that on the week of 25th May. We've been hovering there ever since. I can now actually mark a point of resistance here at around 20 cents, okay, 20.9 cents. And I think that price wants to come down here to 18 cents and have that official retest. Okay, I do believe that's what it's looking like more than anything else. I will be anticipating a push to the downside. Where is my brush? I'll be looking for a push to the downside, getting an official test of 18 cents and possibly a bounce on that if we have to get picked up from there. Okay, if we close a candle underneath 18 cents, I'll be looking for further continuation to the downside, possibly coming down to the next point of support at 16 cents. All right, but this is good. This is a good picture right now, guys. ENJ is actually at price discovery. Another thing I'm noticing here that ENJ broke out from was this almost like a W-like formation here. I'm looking at this. Okay, it's almost like an inverse Adam and Eve. Usually this would be the Adam and this would be the Eve, and you'd find the Adam first. The Adam would be on the left-hand side and the Eve would be on the right-hand side. Although I'll have to sort of look into this pattern for you guys. I'll look into it and I'll probably let you guys know in the comments below. Okay, but if this has to play out, it appears that it already has. Not yet. Okay, now this would be the measured move all the way. The measured move of this pattern would be all the way up here at 26 cents. Okay, I'm gonna maybe color that a different color. Red is good. But no, this is a good picture, guys, on the weekly time frame. Okay, we're currently oscillating in a range here. The range is from 20 cents coming all the way down to 18 cents. And I do believe that as things stand right now, price looks like it wants to come back down to 18 cents and have that official retest of that weekly level. Okay, so now this is ENJ on the weekly. How about on the daily time frame? Do we have anything here on the daily time frame? Yes. Yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. Now this looks like an actual falling wedge, okay? However, price relative to the cloud, I mean, the cloud is green, okay? Price is over the Tenkin, currently over the Tenkin, okay? We have not closed this daily candle yet. If we manage to close over the Tenkin, it will be a good look. However, if we close underneath the Tenkin, okay, an official candle close underneath the Tenkin, I'll be expecting a quick move to the 21 EMA at 18 cents, basically that weekly retest that we're waiting on. However, if we close a daily candle underneath the 21 EMA, chances are we're coming all the way down to the Kijun. Okay, at which point we do lose the daily uptrend. Losing these wicks right here will be ENJ USDT losing the daily uptrend. I will be looking for further continuation to the downside if we end up doing that. Okay, but this right now is looking like a falling wedge. Let's get onto the 4-hour time frame and see if we have that there. And I do believe that we have that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and plot the measured move for this. Plot the measured move for this baby, and if, say, we break here, if we manage to get supported on that 4-hour cloud, okay, and we start trudging up from here, and we actually break this cloud to the upside, it's coming all the way back up to 23 cents. Okay, I'm going to mark this right here, basically testing these highs right here. And that measured move will actually be a good 17% to the upside, guys. Okay, that's going to be a really, really nice chunky move for you guys there. And yeah, I mean, this is looking decent. I think that the main level that everyone should have their eyes out on, okay, for ENJUSDT is going to be this 18-cent region. Losing this region on the next weekly close, okay, is going to have some bearish implications, and you do not want to see that. Hell, not only on the weekly close, guys, but also on the daily close, okay? We do not want to see ENJ lose this region on the daily as well as the weekly close. I mean, it's always good to kind of boil down your levels to see if this could hold some sort of importance even on those lower time frames, and turns out it does, okay? At least for ENJ it does. And also the impetus of breaking the 18-cent region will be the impetus of us actually losing that 21 EMA. Okay, at which point we lose the daily uptrend and it's GG for the bulls, at least for in the meanwhile. Okay, now this is all I have for you for ENJUSDT as well as ENJBTC. I do believe that the main picture is going to be painted on ENJUSDT. And guys, keep a close eye out on Bitcoin. The ENJBTC chart is looking choppy right now because Bitcoin is looking good. You do not want to be caught on the shit side of this trade if Bitcoin rips from here. Be very, very careful here. Okay, and this is all I have for you for today. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.